fight broke out in Kansas in a courtroom. The victim's mother pleaded for the maximum sentence, which led to a heated exchange between the families. The confrontation escalated into a physical brawl, prompting court security to intervene. 6 people, including 2 teenagers, were charged with disorderly conduct. Robinson was sentenced thereafter 21 years in prison. So let's take a look at the video.
This fight breaking out during the sentencing phase of a murder trial between members of the victim's family and the defendant's loved ones. Punches still flying as the fight grows even bigger, moving into the aisle. Until finally, deputies restore order.
The baby carriage right there in the middle of the video. I don't know if y'all caught that, but really, who gets caught up in the crossfire? It's the families, right? Stick around and we're going to go over the top 5 courtroom brawls, intense moments in court, and starting from number 5, let's take a look. If you enjoy content like this, make sure to click the like button below. It really helps us get more videos like this to you.
Segura Ortiz was facing a murder charge related to the shooting death of his ex-girlfriend. During the proceedings, one man leapt up over the courtroom gate and began to punch Ortiz. Then a second man joined the brawl. According to police, Ortiz's father then joined the fray, later telling police he was trying to break up the fight. Carlos Lucero and Peter Isasi were both charged with battery on a police officer and assault on a jail. While under arrest, Lucero told police that Ortiz killed his niece, quote, like a coward. He was later charged in the killing of another woman. He is yet to enter a plea in the second case.
For killing another woman. Wow. Okay, and the next case we have here.
James and Joel, 2 brothers, were killed by Jason there. However, because the hearing was postponed, there was a commotion among the families during the trial.
The man speaking is the defendant's stepfather, James Zeke Parker. He appears to be addressing the man in the green shirt, James Kuhn Sr., the father of the murdered brothers. And the man trying to push Parker back is a friend of the victims, Jeremy Millian. Millian takes the first swing, and it's the only one he'll get in.
That was crazy. Who started it? I think the old guy actually got like the first left in.
Since crimes is daunting, his courtroom behavior will leave you in disbelief. While Jason tells the court how the murder has affected him, Tristan appears unconcerned, rocking back and forth in his chair. After a few minutes of addressing the judge, Jason turns his focus to his sister's killer. But Tristan's lack of remorse infuriated him, and he wanted to let him know how he felt. However, the deputies were at hand to counter any real damage. Following the chaos, the officers restored everything to order.
Now, I'm sure the brother was a little bit happy with how that turned out, but now he's in handcuffs. Was it really worth it? Is the question.
Jason Wilson wasn't alone in their courtroom actions, like in the case of Michael Madison, a serial killer who was facing multiple charges, including 3 counts of murder in Ohio. Between 2012 and 2013, Michael killed 3 women before he was eventually arrested. Before his preliminary hearing, Michael learns the magnitude of his crime.
Mr. Madison, I'm going to read to you the nature of the charges against you and summarize each one for you, as well as giving you the potential penalties. I know you've had a chance to speak with counsel. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
All right. In the first charge, you're charged with aggravated murder in violation of Ohio Revised Code 2903.01. It states that on or about the 22nd day of July, you did purposely cause the death of an unidentified female while committing another felony. The offense was committed 1 week to 9 months prior to the finding of the body. That is a Jane Doe murder. The second murder is the same date, on or about the 22nd day of July. Michael Madison did purposely cause the death of an Angela Deskins while committing another felony. And then there's a third, caused the death of an unidentified 1 month prior to the finding. You understand that?
Yes.
How you doing, Ron? My name is Van Terry. Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this crime.
Van Terry now turns to speak directly to Michael.
Take it, my child.
However, The real shocker came when Michael unleashed his madness in the courtroom by smirking at Van Terry, unleashing chaos. Eventually, the police were able to restore order, and the proceeding continued.
When you get the smirks and the little, emotional cues that people have in the courtroom are really what seems to be setting people off.
Deshaun, please don't do this. You don't have to do this. And then I heard gunshots.
But during the sentencing, London Thomas, the son of the victim, couldn't hold himself. Vashon was eventually sentenced to life imprisonment. When emotions run high in court, the actions of...
Look at that crazy athletic move like I've never even seen in a courtroom before. He still didn't get to the bailiffs and all the courtroom security usually are in between it, and they get things quashed pretty quickly. But very surprising, even with this type of maneuver, still wasn't really able to do any damage to the defendant. This is why we have a courtroom. This is why we have the rule of law, is so that we don't have family members going back and forth like this, because this would happen every single time, because that's just how families roll. If you want to see more True Crime with Lawyer Cliff, make sure to click the video over my shoulder, and True Crime continues.